Okay, then what I want to show you is how to get the basic bass line down to be the backbone of the track and get your track moving. This is just something I quickly banged up just to see what we're doing. I've inserted a kick drum which is into contact 3. You can hear that, and I've applied a bit of overdrive, just lift it up. And what I've done, I've actually duplicated the track with a kick drum in here, and I have bussed it to bus 1, my channel strip, and I've actually, on channel 1, I've took the output off. So instead of going to my sound card out to the actual mixing desk, it's going to nowhere, blank output, it's just going to bus 1. And I've got 2 synths which are doing the bass line. First synth is Vanguard, just so I can show you. It's got nice top end flavours on it, and I'll show you the actual preset. It's an initialised preset that I've quickly made. It's got 2 sawtooths, and I've actually got a sawtooth as well. It's got a sawtooth up 12 semitones and one down 12 semitones again. A bit of attack on the envelope, no release. It's got an M filter, so it's shaping it into a funny. It's getting rid of a few frequencies. It's shaping it into an M, almost like a band pass, which is round about mid-range cut off. And down here, I put on a bit of glide. It's 1/32, so we get a ripping noise when notes glide over each other. So I've got it down in C2, and halfway on the offbeat kind of thing, I've got it up on C4, but it's just cutting right through the bass. So you're getting a rip, very nasty, but it's creating that rip, so it's going to add more impact, especially when it's sucking with a sidechain, which I'll show you in a second. And the 4th synth that's up is the ESM, which is brilliant for basses, and all it is just a basic square wave. And I've just shaped it a little bit and took it and closed it up, just so I'm getting a bit more just a sub coming through. I don't want no top end frequencies to phase and clash with the mid-range bass. And I've applied a bit of overdrive, just give it a bit of distinctive character and a bit more grumble. And with these 2 bass synths, I've bussed them to bus 2, and I've put on a few effects. So I'll take you over the effects. The first effect is a sidechain compressor. So what I've done here, I've imported the kick with no trigger, with no output, straight into it. So we're getting just a trigger routing into this compressor, so it's interfering with the sound and it's ducking out volume when it triggers itself. So I've got on a ratio of whatever it, I've got pretty high ratio, 10/1 there, and I'll just play with the compression threshold just to get a nice ducking noise. That's nicely and dramatic, and that's basically it. So that's going to breathe around my kick drum, and that's a basic way of getting it going. Secondly, as further processing to the actual bass, so I can create a more distinctive sound and unique tone, I've applied an EQ, which I'm just taking out a bit of 200, so we're getting rid of a bit of the mud in it, and also boost it around 2k just to sweeten it up, and took off about 16.5 kilohertz just to get rid of the little buzz that you get. You create a lot of buzz with the bass noise with the sawtooth. I've applied a multi-band compressor as well, which I'm using more as a band distortion, so I can lift up levels in and distort separate levels without it peaking, because the compressor's holding it down in it. So what I've done, I've just played with that. I've boosted a bit on bass, well actually that's took off there. I've compressed this low mid so I can control it a bit more, and this is a dominant part on band 3, so we're getting the smooth top end shining through, so we're creating a grumble. And 4th is another EQ just to play with it a little bit. Took a bit off at around about 500 hertz, and that's basically it. If you want to get a bit of groove going and just get something to roll off, and it's helped me a lot in past. And even if you was to lay down this, you can export it out as audio and play with it and manipulate it as audio and get more control over it to create I would say more groove and get a bit of like techiness going, which is also good. So I hope it's helped you anyway, and I'm going to be doing a following feature on drums and dynamical ranges and how to go about that. So I hope it's helped you anyway. Thanks.